I haven't really made any apologies, but I have found myself sort of tiptoeing around some things. I'm just not going to do that anymore because tiptoeing around issues like this is what got us in the shape we're in the first place. So we've got a song called "Keep the Change," and it's not the same change that Barack Obama had in his campaign slogan, even though when we wrote the song we knew that probably would stir up a pretty good stink. I don't have any doubt that there's probably some Barack Obama supporters in this room today, and I'm just fine with that, because for people, we live in America, and if you can't support who you want to support and talk about it freely, then you're losing your rights to do what the Constitution says we have the right to do. And I'm not going to get into a big old political speech here because I've barely got enough voice to get through this 45-minute show. But I want you to hear this song, and we'll do the best we can on it with me struggling with this Alaskan cruise reflux. But and it's brand new. I may forget a word or two as we go. But if you haven't heard it, what I would like for you to know is that my job as a songwriter is to observe people and places and things and write songs about relevant things that people will relate to. And it just so happens people are relating to this one more than even than I thought they would, because the pollsters say that about 85% of people in our country that really know anything about what's going on are really fed up with state and federal government and just what's happening with our government nowadays. And that and some of the changes that have slowly but surely slipped into our way of life and pushed the important things, as far as I'm concerned, one of those being God, out of our our thinking and over to the side. I'm not into that. I got a baby that I want to raise up and bring her up in the right way so that she'll follow in those footsteps even when she's out making decisions on her own. So some of this stuff for me has come about because of changes in my life, but I've been seeing it happening for a long time. You know, Supreme Court decisions that we could. We just got a phone call from one of our relatives, said her daughter got sent home from school because she wore a T-shirt that had the little fish on it. And the sad part to me was that this girl is an aide, a teacher's aide, and the lesson that she was preparing for that class that day was a lesson about Buddhism. Now, I've got no problem. I'll tell you what, I'll help you dust off that feller's belly if you want me to. You'll worship whoever you want to. But don't make me feel like nobody seems to be worried about offending me. And so, anyway, without further ado and going into too much of this stuff, I don't want to get anybody too stirred up. My daddy will get up here and take over and start preaching if I keep on. But, I want you to know sincerely that this song is not meant to offend anybody, but it's what I believe, and I think it's something that people need to hear. So that's why it's getting ready to be our new single, whether we like it or not. Put my hand over my heart before I start the pledge of allegiance. There's a reason, it's to honor those who have. If you see me close my eyes and bow my head before I break bread with my family, it ain't a habit, it's important, it's my right. I work half a year for me, the other half for Uncle Sam, while he's weathering out those sinking ships and drowning the little man. I watch the news and have to wonder if this country's going crazy, talking about how much they love it here, how they want